All right, you're ready.
Well, hello, boys and girls. It's when we feel like 8 o'clock, and this is BPOW PICKS. we've been kind of lagging on the videos lately. We've been doing a lot of study on, especially baseball. It's been a little difficult this year, but we thought we'd get back at her again. Start giving you some leans on each game. This card in particular is a little it's a tough card, isn't it, Brian?
Yeah, it is. 3 o'clock puck time. You got Tampa Bay playing Columbus. It's a tough. Columbus has a hell of a. They play a good defensive game. It's really hard to side with a winner in this game. I like Tampa Bay, but I mean Columbus has surprised me all season. Korpisalo's playing well. No Stamkos for Tampa Bay. I mean, it's hard to pick a side. I'm leaning more. I'm looking more at a total, maybe an under, maybe an over. Hard to pick a winner in this game.
Yeah, there's no Atkinson for Columbus too. Apparently, he's injured. So Columbus looked terribly tired of the last game, and rightfully so. They played a big emotional 5-setter with Toronto. Then they did like the fourth longest overtime with Tampa. They should and then came back and played like their freaking hearts out the next game when I thought they were going to be too tired, and they actually outplayed Tampa a lot. But the last game, Tampa really took over. It really looked like Tampa was starting to. But as you said, this is the Columbus Blue Jackets. This is a Tortorella-led team. I mean, this guy seems to be able to get things out of humans that are not human. So what are we going to see? Korpisalo and their system has been beastly, as you say. I have a slight lean to Tampa Bay here. I'm going to say that. As far as the over or under is concerned, I'd avoid it. But if I got to lean something, it's possible. If Columbus plays like they did last game, I could see Tampa Bay running up the score here a bit. Not to mention, if they can get a couple, they're probably going to try to run it up to beat the spirit of the Columbus Blue Jackets because, of course, the history that they have together and all that kind of stuff like that. So I would say that, but to say that's going to happen in my heart, like I said, it's a lean Tampa Bay. It's the best I can get. By the way, boys and girls, I forgot to mention, this is Brian. I am Powell. We are BPOW. I am Pearls of Wisdom. And we thank you for your subscribing and hitting the bell. We love that sort of stuff, and all the people coming over to Patreon. We appreciate it very much. We'll put you can find our Patreon in the link. Okay, let's go to Colorado, Arizona.
Yeah, it's going to be a good matchup as well. Arizona had a good game last game, beating Colorado, I believe, 4-2. Another defensive team. In Arizona and a highly offensive team in Colorado. Have to lean Colorado here for a bounce back game, much like the Flyers. Happy to see last night Carter Hart picked up a shutout, in yesterday's game against the Habs. Philadelphia needed that. They are the better team and they should win the series. And it's a lot like Colorado and Arizona. Colorado's the better team. But I think you were talking earlier, they might be playing Francouz possibly or Grubauer.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It's weird how they're using their goaltenders in Colorado.
Yeah, that's probably. I imagine they'll be sticking with Grubauer, but I'm leaning Colorado for sure.
Yeah, and I had Francouz starting. I thought he looked really good, but now it looks like Grubs is playing better. So. I kind of, if Grubs is in, I feel better about this game. You're mentioning Philadelphia. Philadelphia has not played their best in that series 3 games in a row.
Nope.
The third game was probably the best game they played, and it was not a good game either. So that'll be interesting to see if they can pull themselves up, because if they're going to be playing, if they do beat Montreal and they play like that against any team in the next round, they probably don't make it through, even if it's the Islanders.
But Montreal's putting up a hell of a fight, though. They are playing well, Montreal. Clean passes, and I can't say the same about Toronto. When Toronto played Columbus, I'll be honest, in Game 5, I don't know how many sloppy passes, giveaways I saw. It was incredible. Montreal is actually they're playing decent hockey, but I mean, it's just there's no doubt in my mind Philadelphia should win that series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm with you on that. I lean Colorado in this game for a comeback. It's hard betting. It's difficult betting against Darcy Kemper. Like the playoffs are a little difficult to handicap for reasons like the fact that these teams are in there for reasons, and Arizona is in there because Darcy Kemper is probably the best goaltender in the league, I would say. Just the fact that he was injured, that he didn't win the Vezina this year. But he probably is the best goaltender in the league. The guy is absolutely incredible. So I'm still going to lean Colorado a little bit here. Boston, Carolina, where are we going there?
Another interesting matchup, for Boston. Is Pastrnak going to be playing? I don't know, how do you pronounce his name for the Carolina? Shneshnikov or something?
Svechnikov.
Yeah. Anyway, he's very unlikely. I don't think he's playing. So, in Boston, if they do have Pastrnak, from what I'm reading, he's about 50%. So, putting him on the ice could be a risk as well. So, I mean, it's really hard to pick a game winner in this one as well. I don't know. I'm leaning Carolina. I like the plus money. I think they're going to come back and pick up a win here, tie up the series. That's my lean. Yeah, Carolina.
I mean, I could be with you on that. I'm kind of leaning Boston myself because Carolina's having a tough time getting past that Carlo McAvoy, Chara-led defense. Krug and Grzelcyk are playing very well. Halak played like a beast last game, showing that Tuukka Rask's reasons for leaving to me were play for Tuukka worthy. Like, I don't know. Did you hear what Mike Mulberry said about that, him leaving, and like pretty much lost respect for him for doing it and all? He doesn't even know why Tuukka had to leave. My feeling is likely that it was for very important reasons. So. And he didn't even just go to Boston. He went back home, like to Europe.
Yeah.
So, like something, and I hope everything's all right with him. But it seems like the team rallied around that last game. And it's going to be a hard-fought series. I'm leaning Boston. I don't know if I'd put a bet in on this, though. Maybe. It all depends on if Carolina's supposed to be going back to Reimer this game. Because he said he's going to alternate goaltenders, which, Brendy, really, Reimer is quite obviously the better play here in, as far as I'm concerned, how they play in front of him and stuff like that. Maybe I could look at a possible total here of over 5, possibly. That wouldn't be a bad idea. But again, these are tough. These are very tough. And then finally, we don't get any easier with the St. Louis-Vancouver Canucks game.
Yeah, this is going to be definitely probably the marquee matchup of the night. You got the overtime win by St. Louis last night. The big question is for St. Louis, they're going to be playing Bennington or are they going to be playing Jake Allen back-to-back? I am pretty sure that Vancouver is going to be going with Markstrom back-to-back. He is their workhorse. The big question about Jake Allen is, he hasn't played all that many games this year, and how many back-to-backs has he played? Is he in shape to play back-to-back game? And then you got the question on St. Louis, Alexander Steen, he's out. I mean, I think they have a couple other injuries as well. I love Vancouver, and I'm leaning Vancouver. I still think they should have won last night, but St. Louis got a big win in overtime. So, but I still like my chances with Vancouver here.
I have a feeling he's going to go back to Bennington. I just have that feeling.
I hope so for Vancouver.
Yeah, I'm not. I might give a play on this with our patrons, so I don't really want to say much about this game. If you don't know what patrons are, we have a Patreon app that people pay us to give picks and help. We help each other with our betting as well. We have a chat room there, and we may be starting to expanding that. So we're having a lot of fun there. You should come check it out. It costs you like virtually nothing to get awesome information. So
Big money.
Yeah, we're making big money over there. Recommend it. So it's not really fair. I give out picks for this game if I'm going to be putting a play in there. So I'll leave it pretty much alone. I will talk about the series a little bit. It's been fun to watch. This has been a really fun series to watch. A young up and coming team, and man, are they an up and coming team. Vancouver, they've got cap room to add to their defense, which I still think needs a little help. And they have cap room to add to their forward depth. I'm sure they're going to re-sign Markstrom after this performance in the playoffs. He's playing like a number one for sure. So the future for Vancouver looks pretty bright, and it could be now. St. Louis it's such a wonderful matchup because you have the champions and a veteran laden champion team against these young guns that are up and coming and wanting to take over that title. And there's a lot of emotion in this series. There's a lot of back and forth. I just love it. This has been probably my favorite series to watch so far this playoffs. I'm really enjoying it. I hope everybody else is enjoying it as well. And I hope you've enjoyed this fine programming because we're happy to be back doing it again. B's able to work help do it in the mornings. And in order for us to keep on this fine programming, subscribe, bell, head over to the Patreon, support us, and we will continue bringing it to you. This has been B and POW, and we have been BPOW. That's our full 42. Have a great day and lots of love to you.
Awesome.